What's going on, guys? CKD Adventure video, and today I want to talk about a video idea that I had in the video on Sunday, which was my fears and my worries about Infinite Warfare. Now, we are going to have all these questions answered, most likely, probably, come at the beta, which will be coming out later this week for me on PlayStation 4. If you're on Xbox One, it'll be coming out the next week, and on PC, you will not be getting a beta. But starting off, I really did watch some Infinite Warfare gameplay and really just looked at the gameplay and really, try to find things that I feel, will be an issue in the game, right? And I narrowed it down to mainly two things, okay? And those two things we're going to go into straight in this video. And first off, we're going to talk about supply drops. Now, supply drops, guys, whether we hate them, whether we like them, whether we don't want them to be in the game, whether we do like them, if you're one of those people that, really weirdly, strangely like supply drops, and by all means, great, that's probably great news to you. But for the majority of the people that play Call of Duty, I feel, or at least the people that are mainly, on YouTube, on the internet, that, are very passionate for the game, or even, I feel, would better define us as people that, played the old Call of Duties. I'm saying people that played Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, World at War, those old CODs, that we fell in love with the game from those CODs, right? Versus people that only know Advanced Warfare and on, right? They've only been exposed to Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, that advanced movement, and those games, had these drops in them, and I guess, to those people, they're just used to having these drops in the game. They don't see an issue to it as much. They just don't understand what it was like to have a COD without them. And personally, me, I'm definitely on the side of negative towards supply drops. I don't want them in the game. However, we got to face the facts. We got to face reality. Supply drops are here to stay. There are a bunch of videos on YouTube where you can, watch plenty of people rant about it. I think I even have a video on my channel that you can check out that I've ranted about drops as well. And it's just, a face of the facts that they aren't going away. They make Activision a ton of money. They are very good revenue-wise, and they are not going away at all, right? So they are going to be in Infinite Warfare, okay? Now, really, what my argument boils down to is that I don't have an issue with the physical supply drop. These supply drops are a pretty interesting way, they're a pretty cool way to give the players content, right? I definitely do, understand the appeal to them, right? But it's what's in the supply drops that is what I have an issue with, okay? Having brand new guns and having guns that are more powerful than the base is where we have issues, okay? If my friend has enough cash to blow on 75,000 supply drops, or however many he wants, he can just buy whatever he wants, right? He has a higher chance of getting the better weapon or a new weapon that is, potentially more stronger than my base weapon, right? And let's say I don't have the funds to get supply drops. I don't want supply drops. Yeah, okay, sweet, I can earn them from playing games, but earning them from playing games takes so much time and is so long and is so daunting, and a lot of people don't have time. You guys know I don't have time at all. You guys know that, right? And so just that fact of just that somebody can just pour and dump cash into the game to get an advantage is not right, and that should not be in Call of Duty. That's just not the spirit of Call of Duty at all. You know what I'm saying? COD used to be about using your skill and knowing the map and knowing what guns are better at headshots and not, knowing how many shots a pistol can take, or just other stuff like that. Just all this stuff that was more raw than the old Call of Duties are just not here anymore, just because you just have to dump as much cash as you have into the store or the black market and get drops to get better weapons. Like, it shouldn't be that way. However, if they were to have drops and it be only cosmetic like it used to be in the beginning of Black Ops 3, but then that all changed around the first drop of maps, but beside the point, if they were to just keep the drop stuff cosmetic, and have just think of interesting ways, to give us things in drops. I'm saying, like, have, I don't know, I don't have an issue with camos. I don't have an issue with any of that stuff that's cosmetic that does not affect gameplay. I'm all for it. But the minute it affects gameplay is when there is a serious issue with supply drops. And the other part to my really big fear about this game is the overall corniness of the game, the overall feel of the game, right? Because there are a lot of things in this game that I'm looking at that just look corny. Like, there's a rig that makes you transform into a metal dog? Like, are you like, isn't that like a little bit too like, did nobody, you know, at the board over at iDub like ever say like, hey, this is kind of dumb, like this is kind of stupid? Did nobody even, you know, raise an eye to that? Like, to me, that was a big, hey, that is really dumb, that's so stupid, you know what I'm saying? And like, there's also that thing where, you know, it's like a tactical and you know, throw it and it opens up a black hole. Like, okay, yeah, there's burst devices in Black Ops 1 because it's in zombies and it's, you know, to the overall theme, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense because there's, you know, it's story narrative driven. But having it in a regular multiplayer game and having like just using that against real enemies on an online combat multiplayer type of thing is just, that's just weird to me too. And yeah, you can say that, oh, the black hole device fits right into the narrative of Infinite Warfare. You can say that, but there's, again, if they want to do that, they could have done that in campaign, how they always do, how they have a bunch of crazy stuff in campaign to fit with the narrative. But when you go into multiplayer, when you step into a multiplayer environment with a competitive goal in mind, you don't want like weird stuff like that. That just seems too, it just seems too weird to me. You know what I'm saying? It just seems very corny. And I also don't want corny DLC, right? I don't want to be, you know, decked out from my drops that I got from the cash I have or from the games I earned, and open up these drops and get an outfit that looks like a gingerbread. Like, you guys know that meme that's going around. I'll have that over here on screen, but I don't want another thing of that. I don't want that, okay? I want a gritty, dark, and real COD like we used to have back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, Black Ops 1, that campaign, so gritty. Modern Warfare 2, gritty, raw. You know what I'm saying? World at War, gritty and raw. Just, we get now what we get in COD is these supply drops where we get to dress up as freaking Santa Claus and Gingerbread Man and reindeer, and I'm not a fan of it. And now we get to transform into mechs that, you know, go around and bite people in the ass because it looks like a dog. I'm just, no, this has to stop. And don't get me wrong, guys, I love Call of Duty, okay? I've grown up on this game. I have a very strong and vocal thing about this game. I love Call of Duty, right? And I just don't want this stuff to continue, you know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, I can get over the drops thing, I can get over the supply drops, but just the corniness and the feeling of these games, I just wanted to go back to a more grittier time. And so yeah, those were my thoughts on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and kind of my gripes and my things that I'm kind of worried about. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure down below to leave a like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. I appreciate all the videos give me. Also, I'm check out my description. You can find my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the good stuff where you can follow me on there. Also, leave some comments below if you guys feel the same way as me. Do you guys have any other gripes that I didn't bring up in this video? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.